Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a topic that's absolutely crucial for anyone navigating relationships. Have you ever found yourself questioning whether the woman you're with truly has good intentions, or if she's just wasting your time? One moment she's warm and affectionate, the next she's distant and cold. It can be confusing, frustrating, and downright exhausting trying to figure out what's real. Well, I've got some answers for you. In this video, I'll be sharing clear signs to watch out for, signs that might mean she's not in it for the right reasons. If your time and emotional energy are valuable to you, and they should be, you need to know when it's time to walk away. So stick around, because understanding these red flags could save you from a lot of heartache and help you focus on finding someone who truly values you. Let's get into it. 1. She takes too long to get back to you. When a woman genuinely cares about you, she'll make an effort to stay in touch, even during her busiest days. While it's completely normal for people to have moments when they're tied up with work, errands, or personal responsibilities, consistently taking an excessive amount of time to respond to you could be a red flag that she's not as invested in the relationship as you might hope. We all get busy, and there's nothing wrong with being unavailable for a few hours or even a day. For instance, there are times when someone might be caught up in meetings, projects, or even personal downtime. They might read a message but forget to reply in the moment. That's perfectly human. However, a woman who truly values you will prioritize getting back to you as soon as she can. She won't leave you hanging without explanation or let a message go unanswered for extended periods without reason. A good rule of thumb is to consider how she communicates within 24 hours. If she hasn't responded to a text, call, or message you've sent, especially when it's something simple like checking in to ask how her day is going, it may indicate a lack of genuine interest. Even the busiest person will make time for someone they care about. It doesn't have to be a long, detailed reply. Even a quick response to acknowledge your message shows that she's thinking of you and values your effort to connect. On the flip side, when a woman is interested, she'll actively look forward to hearing from you. If she misses your call, she'll reach out as soon as she can to let you know. If she reads your message, she'll make an effort to respond promptly when she has a free moment. Her actions will consistently show that she values the connection and enjoys communicating with you. However, if she consistently takes more than 24 hours to reply, avoids returning missed calls, or makes you feel like an afterthought, it's a clear signal that her priorities may lie elsewhere. Relationships thrive on mutual effort, and a lack of timely communication could indicate that she's not as interested or invested as you are. Ultimately, if someone wants to be part of your life, they will find the time to make you feel valued and acknowledged. If this effort is missing, it might be time to reassess the relationship and focus on someone who truly appreciates your presence and communication. 2. She cancels plans repeatedly. When someone repeatedly cancels plans at the last minute, it's a clear sign that they may not be as invested in spending time with you as you are with them. While occasional cancellations are understandable, life happens after all. A consistent pattern of backing out is a major red flag. If she's always unavailable when you try to make plans, it might be time to reevaluate her level of interest. Picture this. You ask her out for dinner on Monday, and she enthusiastically agrees. Then, just before the date, she cancels, saying something came up. You give her the benefit of the doubt and try again, maybe suggesting lunch on Wednesday. Once again she agrees, only to cancel last minute with another excuse. If this becomes a recurring pattern, it's worth asking yourself if she's genuinely interested or simply stringing you along. A woman who truly likes you will make an effort to spend time with you. She'll be eager to see you even if her schedule is tight. She might propose alternative times or dates to meet if she has to cancel, showing that she values the connection and wants to make it work. On the other hand, a woman who constantly cancels without offering a clear alternative or explanation may not prioritize the relationship. It's also important to consider how consistent the cancellations are. 1 or 2 rescheduled plans could genuinely be due to unforeseen circumstances. But if this happens repeatedly, and you start noticing a pattern where she's always too busy or something always comes up, it's a strong indication that she may not be as interested as she claims. People make time for what matters to them, and if she's consistently unavailable, it may mean you're not high on her list of priorities. Another telltale sign is her enthusiasm, or lack thereof, when discussing plans. A woman who's genuinely interested will express excitement about seeing you and will make an effort to keep plans intact. If her enthusiasm feels forced, or her communication becomes vague whenever plans are mentioned, it might be her way of subtly signaling disinterest. At the end of the day, relationships thrive on mutual effort and time spent together. If you find yourself in a situation where someone repeatedly cancels plans without showing genuine effort to reschedule or prioritize you, it's a sign to walk away. Find someone who values your time, appreciates your effort, and genuinely wants to be part of your life. 3. She calls you a friend. When a woman you're dating introduces you as a friend, it's a significant red flag, especially if you've been under the impression that your relationship is deeper than that. This subtle yet telling action can reveal a lot about how she perceives your connection, or more importantly, how she wants others to perceive it. If she's not comfortable acknowledging you as someone she's romantically involved with, it's time to evaluate what's really going on. Imagine this. You've been seeing each other for a while, enjoying dates, and seemingly growing closer. But one day she introduces you to her friends, and the introduction catches you off guard. Instead of calling you her boyfriend, partner, or even someone she's dating, she casually refers to you as a friend. While this might seem like a minor slip, it often speaks volumes about her intentions, or lack thereof. If she's genuinely interested in you and sees a future in the relationship, she'll take pride in introducing you in a way that reflects your importance in her life. She'll want to clarify your role to others, showing that she values the connection and is excited about where things are heading. However, labeling you as just a friend sends a clear message. She's either unsure about your relationship or doesn't see it progressing romantically. Sometimes women may do this to keep their options open or to avoid committing to the idea of a serious relationship. Other times, it might reflect discomfort with defining the relationship, indicating that she's not on the same page as you about where things stand. Either way, it's important to recognize that her words and actions may be signaling a lack of commitment. This behavior can also be a way of maintaining distance. By calling you a friend, she's setting a boundary that keeps the relationship in a casual space. If she were truly invested, she would likely want others to know about you and the connection you share. It's essential to communicate and address the situation. Ask her directly how she sees the relationship and whether she's ready to move beyond a casual label. If her response is vague or evasive, it may be time to consider whether your effort and emotions are being reciprocated. At the end of the day, you deserve someone who's proud to acknowledge you as an important part of their life. If she consistently introduces you as a friend, it's a strong indication that she doesn't view the relationship in the same way you do. Don't settle for mixed signals. Find someone who values and respects the connection you're building together. 4. She says she's not ready for a serious relationship. When a woman tells you she's not ready for a serious relationship and just wants to be friends or see where this goes, take her words at face value. It's not a challenge for you to prove your worth or win her over. It's a clear statement of where she stands emotionally and what she's willing or unwilling to invest in the relationship. Believing her and respecting her honesty will save you time, energy, and potential heartache. Sometimes hearing these words can be confusing, especially if things seem to be progressing well. You might think, if I just try harder, she'll see how great we could be together. But the reality is, when someone tells you they're not ready, it usually means they're either emotionally unavailable, uncertain about their feelings, or simply not interested in pursuing something deeper with you at this time. It's important to recognize that relationships require mutual effort and a shared vision for the future. If she's already signaling hesitation, trying to change her mind will likely lead to frustration and imbalance. Love and commitment shouldn't feel like uphill battles where you're constantly proving your worth. Instead, they should come from a place of mutual desire and effort. A woman who is ready for a serious relationship will demonstrate it through her actions. She'll be clear about her intentions, actively work to build a connection, and create space in her life for you. Conversely, when someone says they're not ready, it often means they're not prioritizing you or the relationship. Continuing to pursue someone who isn't emotionally available can leave you feeling undervalued and stuck in limbo. This doesn't make her a bad person. In fact, her honesty about not being ready is something to appreciate. It's better to know where you stand than to be strung along. However, it's equally important for you to prioritize your own needs and seek a partner who shares your goals for the relationship. The best course of action when you hear these words is to take them seriously and move on. You deserve someone who's just as ready and excited to build a meaningful connection as you are. Don't waste time trying to convince someone who isn't on the same page. Instead, focus on finding someone who sees your value and is eager to grow with you in a healthy, committed relationship. 5. She never initiates contact. If you find yourself consistently being the one to initiate conversations, calls, or texts, it's a strong indicator that she's not as invested in the relationship as you are. While there are some women who may hold back from reaching out first to avoid appearing too eager or desperate, genuine interest always finds a way to show itself. If she truly cares, she'll make an effort to reach out and connect with you, even in small ways. Occasionally, women might deliberately hold back to gauge your interest, or give you the space to lead. That's normal and even expected in the early stages of getting to know each other. However, if you notice a consistent pattern where you're always the one initiating contact, whether it's texting, "Good morning," calling to check on her, or starting every conversation, this is a red flag. Imagine scrolling through your messages and noticing that every single chat begins with you saying, "Hi, how are you?" Or, "How was your day?" If she's never the one to check in, send a casual message, or even ask how you're doing. It's a clear sign that she's not prioritizing the relationship. A woman who's genuinely interested will want to engage with you and won't leave the burden of communication entirely on your shoulders. When someone values you, they'll find ways to show it, even through small actions. She'll send you a simple, "Hey, how are you?" or call to share something that reminded her of you. It doesn't have to be constant, but it should be mutual. Communication is a two-way street, and if you're the only one making the effort, it's time to reevaluate her level of interest. On the flip side, her lack of initiative could indicate that she's not emotionally invested in the relationship, whether it's because she's not interested, unsure about her feelings, or simply doesn't see a future with you. Her actions, or lack thereof, are speaking louder than words. Ultimately, you deserve a partner who values you and makes you feel appreciated. A woman who's genuinely interested will contribute to the relationship by initiating contact and showing she cares. Don't waste your time chasing someone who isn't reciprocating your efforts. Instead, focus on finding someone who values your presence and is eager to share in building a meaningful connection. 6. When you escalate, she goes vague. If every time you try to take the relationship to the next level and she responds with vagueness or dismisses your efforts, it's a clear sign that she's not as interested as you might hope. For example, you compliment her, telling her she's beautiful, and she brushes it off with a joke or sarcastic remark. Or you express your feelings about wanting something deeper, and she laughs or changes the subject entirely. These reactions aren't random. They're subtle ways of communicating disinterest without being direct. Some women avoid direct confrontation because they don't want to hurt your feelings or deal with an awkward conversation. Instead, they choose to downplay your comments or treat them lightly. This approach can leave you feeling confused and questioning where you stand. But the truth is, if she truly valued the connection or wanted the relationship to progress, she would respond with sincerity and openness. When someone is genuinely interested in you, they'll appreciate and acknowledge your efforts to escalate the relationship. A compliment about her looks will be met with gratitude, not sarcasm. A conversation about taking things to the next level will be treated with care, even if she needs time to think about it. On the other hand, If her responses consistently minimize or dismiss your feelings, it's a subtle but clear indication that she doesn't see the relationship going any further. Her vagueness can also be a way of keeping things casual or maintaining you in the friend zone without explicitly saying it. If she avoids giving direct answers or shows no enthusiasm when you express your intentions, it's likely because she doesn't feel the same way. This can be frustrating, especially if you're looking for clarity, but it's important to pay attention to these cues rather than ignoring them. The bottom line is that you deserve someone who values your feelings and engages with you in an honest and meaningful way. If she consistently dismisses your attempts to deepen the connection, it's time to move on and find someone who truly appreciates what you bring to the table. Don't waste your energy on mixed signals. Invest it in someone who matches your level of interest and respect. 7. She constantly blue-ticks you. If you find yourself consistently blue-ticked, where she reads your messages but doesn't bother to respond, this is a major red flag about her interest in you. Occasional delays in replying are understandable. Everyone gets busy with work, errands, or life in general. However, if this becomes a recurring pattern where days go by without a response, it's a clear indication that you're not a priority in her life. Think about it. Even the busiest people have moments of downtime, whether it's before bed, during a break, or when they're relaxing. In those moments, most people will check their phones, scroll through their chats, and catch up on missed messages. If she truly cared about your connection, she'd use these opportunities to respond, even with a quick message to acknowledge your efforts. The real issue arises when this behavior happens consistently. You send a thoughtful message, only to have it read and ignored for hours, days, or even permanently. This lack of response is her way of signaling disinterest without explicitly saying it. A woman who genuinely values you and your communication will make an effort to engage, no matter how busy she is. It's important to recognize the difference between being occasionally busy and deliberately dismissive. If you're always the one waiting for a response, feeling like an afterthought, it's time to face the reality. She's not invested in the relationship. Continuously chasing her attention not only wastes your time but also diminishes your self-worth. The truth is, you deserve someone who looks forward to hearing from you and reciprocates your efforts to communicate. If she constantly blue-ticks you without any effort to follow up, it's time to move on. Respect yourself enough to find someone who values your time, attention, and presence. Don't wait around for someone who's already shown they don't prioritize you. Pay attention to her body language. Body language is one of the clearest indicators of a woman's interest, or lack thereof. Even if she doesn't explicitly say how she feels, her nonverbal cues can reveal the truth. If she leans away, avoids eye contact, or creates physical distance while you're talking, it's a strong sign she's not interested. Distraction is another red flag. If she's scrolling through her phone, yawning, or texting other people while you're trying to engage her, she's showing that she doesn't prioritize your presence. A woman who's genuinely interested will give you her attention, leaning in and responding enthusiastically to your words. Physical reactions matter too. If you try to get closer and she instinctively pulls away, it's time to recognize that she's not comfortable or interested in moving things forward. These actions aren't accidental. They reflect her true feelings. Simple cues like these can save you from wasting time on women who aren't truly interested in you. You deserve someone who values your time, effort, love, and energy. And I genuinely hope you find that person who matches your vibe and commitment. If your woman is showing any of these signs, don't hesitate to walk away and focus on finding someone who will appreciate and reciprocate your efforts. Life is too short to invest in people who aren't willing to meet you halfway. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a comment below to let me know if this was helpful, or if you'd like more tips like this. Also, make sure to turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when I post new content. Thanks for watching, and take care. Catch you in the next one. Catch you in the next one. Catch you in the next one.